Good evening, everyone. So we recite Guru Shakyamuni Buddha's name mantra together. While reciting, those of you who have a refuge in Buddha Dhamma Sangha, you can refresh them and also generate positive motivation, if possible, altruistic motivation to make your time here most meaningful, most beneficial. Then also, not only for this session, but you can dedicate rest of your existence, until you achieve Buddhahood, and especially this life, this year, this month, this week, this very day, this very session, to be most meaningful in purifying negativities and actualizing positivities, those meritorious energy, meritorious karma, meritorious causes for your temporary well-being as well as for ultimate well-being up to enlightenment. Aya no yo mo ne na ye zo aya no yo mo ne ma na ye zo aya no yo mo ne ma na ye zo aya no yo mo ne na ye zo aya no mo ne ma na ye zo aya no mo ne ma na ye zo Gange dojene zone dawa dam jimba bejire dam bejene den jabang dam dela jaze doni ni je zon dojo be lam zeje zeje ganje de jana be mo de jazo so an de zo da ju jin ye lo. Okay, thank you. Yeah, so so tonight the subject is becoming your own therapies. So I have no idea what will come out. Okay, so yeah. As for belief, then there are all the existence, whether it's good or bad, including of one's own being, very much creations of others factor, or creations of some supernatural power, or supreme ultimate power, or ultimate capabilities. Then there are belief that the existence are very much of your own action. So there are two major believers. Then the third is very much kind of as if it's just pop up in existence, just pop up. Nothing to do with karma, nothing to do with external supreme power like the gods, just pop up, just exist. So I think very much, the fundamental belief of existence, I think, within these three kinds, isn't it? Then within the believer of the creator is your own action, which in Buddhist term you call karma. Then there are varieties too. There's some believe the creation of your actions can be traced all the way back, limitless, in limitless time, and it will continue limitless future times. But then some believers, they just assert the creation is just for one lifetime, or two lifetime, or just previous life and this life, but not future life. But then this life and future life, then after that it cease, And many of the earlier Buddhist tradition of Hindu tradition, there are varieties of believers. Even they believe in karma, but then there are varieties of believers. As far as concerned with the externalists, I don't know how you call that, theistic, isn't it? Theistic believers. Yeah, so theistic believers. So that's the I think I'm referring to the first one. All existence are creations of supernatural power, which is its own existence is ultimate and permanent. Ultimate and permanent, ever existent, and we are very much a product of their creation. So, how wonderful if we are really created by some other factor, supernatural capabilities. Then, very much the result is designated, whether good or bad. Nothing is in your power. Nothing can be conditioned to change. Because the creator is ultimate. The creator carries the ultimate power. So the ultimate, carrying ultimate power in creation, that logically, understand that you have no capability to do anything about it. very, very much like that. Even though there are many different interpretations, whatever circumstances arises, even especially those negative circumstances arises, the suffering, like such as natural disaster, such as diseases, such as life facing death, who do not wish to experience that. And some more, the Creator quality carry merciful quality. The qualities of the Creator is merciful, and the definition of having the heart of mercifulness. I don't know whether my English is correct or not, but I was told by some listeners that I create a lot of new words, new English words you cannot find in dictionary. Sometimes there's no fullness, but then I add fullness, suchness. So anyway, so if the Creator, carry the being the perfection in creating, one of the characteristics is mercifulness, then logically it doesn't harmonize, bringing suffering in its creation, unless the being want to experience suffering, unless you enjoy suffering, then that's fine. But no one enjoys suffering. Even you relate to some super Creator, when you pray, when you praise, it's all about the blessing that the Creator have granted to you, which is goodness. You see, so when negative circumstances comes in your way, then that you cannot, take the credit to yourself, and only goodness comes in your way, that credit to the Creator, isn't it? So that doesn't work. So therefore, logically, you see, the belief, they can be all sort of belief. There's nothing to against. It is individual choice, but logically still can be object to be debate. Whether the belief carry the the valid definition or not. So therefore, like as His Holiness Dalai Lama always mention that in this world, the majority of human beings, in the believer, they believe in external Creator, and that brought unbelievable benefit to the human society, and it brings immense of security, immense of comfort, relief, and in the name of Creator, people do so many good things. It's out there. So that's true. Even though because of belief, whether it's a believer in Buddha or believer in gods, or there are mischievous beings that who misuse and bring immense of destruction too. But in larger picture, the immense of benefit even in that. But my understanding is, for temporary level, it is absolutely so beneficial. But if
if there is continuations of life and rebirth is truly exist or legitimately exist, then this belief is not necessarily can be so beneficial for long-term journey. And, you see, it still bring limitations. Why I'm saying that? In the theory, if I understand correctly, in the theory of believing in the creation of God, since the God is ultimate, then no one can be God. You will never become God. Is that true? God is ultimate, because from there you can understand what it means by ultimate. There's so many other characteristics in that, but one of the characteristic of that definition is you are ever the God, and no one will become God. You can be near God, So even that alone, for me, I find is bringing limitations. This is just my ignorant understanding. It brings limitations because the believer of your own cause, like such as believe in karma. I'm not saying Buddhism is better. I'm just saying, comparison within the belief. In Buddhist philosophical understanding, in this belief is that you too can become God. Just like the Buddha, you too become Buddha, and everybody will become Buddha, and everybody carry the Buddha nature. You see, very much saying everybody is equal. You can choose to be separated. Not to be equal. It's you can choose like that to be, but in actual fact, you are equal to the Buddha. In actual fact, everybody carry the same potential, the Buddha potential, the Tathagata essence. So from that point of view, I see there's a limitation. Then I also have a hard time making sense to me, since it's ultimate creator, and some more it carry the quality of mercifulness, then why there are so many sufferings? Why we have to suffer? Why we have to suffer? You can conclude that entire human being, the samsaric beings are suffering. Even we don't talk from the Buddhist point of view. The 7 billion people, everybody is in trouble. Just a matter of degree. Some are going through suffering of pain, some are going through suffering of change. Some are going through, don't even need to talk about the pervasive compounded suffering. That's Buddhist matter. Just the early two, physical limitations, physical suffering, emotional sufferings, economical sufferings, environmental sufferings. It's almost, there's not even a one place in this planet where there's no distraction, either from sun or wind or water or whatever, earth. Something is imbalance everywhere. You see. So then you may think that, the gods give you in the trial, or give you in the trial period. Then, since you are the ultimate creator, why I need trial? I don't need trial. Since you are the ultimate creator, you have the full power right there to fix me. Don't even need to make me God, but just make me near God. Since you have the full power, it's in your hand. Why I need time to suffer? why you need to create me to suffer? What's the benefit? Rather, you create me abundance in wealth, abundance in happiness, abundance in a long life, so that I can share this, share this like how you share your merciful blessings. I can share this with everybody. Why don't you create me like that? So I have a hard time understanding this. You see, but as from the Buddhist point of view, you suffer because you are the troublemaker. You suffer because you created the cause. And when you look into ourselves, we are really troublemaker. You really find, sometimes the stop, the stop is hot. And and today I did, I'm giving an example. The stop is still hot, after a cool down, then I can wipe and okay. Why I need to rush to go and then burn yourself, isn't it? But then at the end, you want to beat the stop. You say it's your fault, as if it's your fault me to get burned. Actually, it's not. I'm impatient, I created the cause and I suffer. Then that makes sense. I'm responsible. I cannot blame the stop. You see, I should blame my own action. You see, so therefore, there are so many logical reasons that you can establish to make sense that your own happiness, your own suffering is creation of your own action. No one else out there. Your samsara is created by yourself. No one out there. Your enlightenment has to be created by yourself. No one out there. Even Buddha cannot create the enlightenment for you. Guru cannot create the enlightenment for you. They can just share their experience, which is we call dharma, which is we call the path, and you imitate those paths. You train in their way. Then eventually, you find the way become your way, the way become your path, and the destination exactly how they reach, which is called the Buddhahood. You too will able to reach Buddhahood by creation of your own actions, isn't it? All these different 6 realms of samsaric existence. If we create heaviest karma, like any action has many degrees, very light one, then slightly lighter one, then more, then intense and extremely intense actions. Any action, any action we do, even you hold this flower, you can hold light, or you can hold so hard, you can squeeze it, anything. Even when we talk, we can talk soft, loud, very loud. We can think soft and very, very intense, extremely intense. So, if the action that which causing inconvenience, causing distraction physically, mentally, environmentally, and which naturally feel unpleasant to you, and which naturally will cause unpleasant to others. Even whether the phenomena carry the feeling and consciousness or not. When like such as the tree, if you chop nicely, it's very neat. If you chop anyhow, it's really look messy. And it's very unpleasant. And the tree, even though have no feeling, but anyhow chop, I think the tree will die faster. If you chop nicely, like if you trim nicely, actually it blossoms in many ways. You see, it's very much like expressions of a reply to your action. pleasant and unpleasantness, then those who carry feeling, emotion, like we sentient being, then you see, what's say, any action that which is not harmonious to your own pleasantness, your own happiness, if you express those actions, are the negative actions, and that brings about inconvenience and sufferings. And if those actions which cause suffering or the inconvenience, if those are very intense, then the result we call as experience of hell, and slightly lighter, hungry ghosts, and slightly lighter, then that is the animal. Even in the human realm, the degree of the comfortness that we experience, according with the intensity of its causes, the action that we accumulate. So therefore, so that's quite clear that whether it's suffering or happiness is totally dependent on our action. Even when all the experience in this life, what Buddha understood, and what Buddha make us to understand is that there exists no beginningless life, and the actions of the past can be experienced eons of lifetimes later, not necessarily immediate. There are karma that we experience in immediate, right after next moment, or few hours later, a few years later. But there's also a karma, the action that we commit, leave the potential in our mental continuum, which is called karma, and that will result, that can be result eons of lifetimes later. So there are so many things in this life that we didn't commit any action to bring about those consequences, but we still experience. And based on this understanding of life and rebirth, we can able to trace back to understand that those actions are created in our past life. And again, in the understanding of karma, the results are experience in relation to the right cause. If right cause is not committed, or if right action is not performed, there's no right result. So whatever suffering we experience, that means it is the right cause, is the negative action. Whatever positive experience we experience, the right cause is the positive actions, which call the virtuous actions. You see, so so therefore, from this point of view, then you yourself is the really is the creator of all your experiences. Therefore, you almost have no choice, that you have to become your own therapist. So we have no choice. So we have to be our own therapist. Okay, seems like I said quite well. And at least this, after you thumbs up and after you nodded, then I realized, okay, I think I said something good. I think I said something that which makes sense. Okay, finally. So anyway, yes. So okay, then I repeat more. Then we have no choice. We have to be our own therapist. So we really have no choice. Then yes. So therefore, and then we know so well about ourselves that we truly want only happiness. We never want to experience any form of suffering, any form of inconvenience. You see. So and in this lifetime, 50% of our experiences that going to experience in coming days is already complete committing causes, complete committing actions by ourselves. And it's such as death. One day everybody have to go through death, which we none of us want to go through it. But we will go, just a matter of time. Then no one want to go through this old age experience. And all of us, without any choice, we will go through it. Then this certain, there's a lot of degree of inconvenience, sufferings in relation to the process of old age, which none of us want to experience it. Will definitely come in some way. I'm already experiencing it. So even it is in your hand what you want to experience in your life, but at the same time there are so many things which is out of our hand. How come? And that is because of the mistake that we didn't realize in the past or in the past lifetime. We didn't realize that you are your own therapy. Because of that, we didn't realize that I am my own therapist. Because of that, then we just depend on external factors and a lot of carelessness. Then we commit all sort of negative karma, and the negative karma also supported by committing, conditions, negative conditions. Then the karma is completely sealed as a definite karma to experience definite results such as death, aging, sickness. You see. So therefore, it's quite late, but not totally late. Not too late, is not too late. To realize that, samsara and liberation, suffering experience and positive experience is in my hand, and I need to treat it, and I need to be professional therapy for that. I really need to be qualified therapy for that, so that I will not commit the same mistake that I committed in the past lifetime, to take rebirth again by the force of karma and delusion in next life. I must bring end to other powers rebirth, the power of karma and delusions rebirth. I must end to it, by choosing the path of antidote to purify completely, altogether. When we come to purify the definite karmic result of death, old age, sickness, when the definite karmic result completes by the cycle of life. You see? So therefore, I must adopt the antidote. I must adopt all the tools, all the methods to be a perfect therapy, qualified perfect therapy to treat all limitations, to treat all limitations in myself, you see, and to gather all the resources for me to never to, reborn in samsara and ever to ever lifetime enjoy happiness. And that is to equip with, all the therapy tools, which is correct knowledge, how to treat it, which is to have a correct knowledge in Dharma learning, then correct wisdom that you gain from the knowledge and the experience, experience. You need to practice, and try to gain a wisdom through practice, which is the wisdom of experience, which even our conventional, therapists do that. They learn how to treat. Then after that, they practice. Like even driving. First you learn. Then after that, I think many hours you need to before you get the real license. You need to practice a lot, isn't it? Then after that, then you're qualified to get the license. Even if you fail many times, I failed many times. So fail terribly. But then also, it takes long time to accumulate that merits from training. So similarly, we need to train long time. But at the same time, we don't have much time. Life is so short. On top of that, life is in the nature of impermanent. So therefore, the way to do that, way to get correct knowledge, at the same time accumulate the enough merit from training, at the same time that you are engaging in actual treatment. The therapy is like, straight away you are, how to say, you are practicing the treatment, and that is not to separate the three things: learning, contemplation, and meditation, or the applications of the Dharma practice, not to be separated. While you are learning, you contemplate. While you are contemplating, learning and contemplating, you meditate and apply it. You see. So whatever Dharma we learn, while learning, you contemplate. Reasonalize. Give your own reasons, logical understandings. Make sense to you, and then on not just that, you apply it. You apply on the basis of correct knowledge that you carry, so that you won't treat wrongly. You will apply correct antidote to the correct diagnosis. You see. So therefore, 84,000 teachings are the antidotes to the 84,000 different type of delusions. So Buddha taught 84,000 teaching is to counteract 84,000 type of delusions. So therefore, the suffering experiences are very much comes from negative karma, but negative karma, accumulated on the basis of negative emotions or negative motivations, such as anger, attachment, etc. Like there are like 6 root delusions, 26 secondary delusions, or then there are sub delusions. Altogether there's 84,000 type of negative emotions. So we have to learn what are they. Then at the same time we learn what are the direct antidote and what are the general antidote. Like a Panadol. Panadol is a general antidote to all sort of pain. But then you have a specific headache. Just eating Panadol may not be enough. Maybe some help. But if you're able to give a headache medicine, then that directly antidote, isn't it? The stomach discomfort, you take Panadol also can be quite helpful, but better to take the stomach gastric medicine, even like cancer or inconvenience, the pains, even the Panadol may give some kind of relief, but you need to have a correct medicine to that to really to elevate the suffering. So therefore, similar like that, all Dharma, any form of Dharma practices serve as an antidote to all the delusions and all the defilements and all the sufferings. But if you're able to apply specific direct antidote, then that will able to overcome the negation faster and more effectively. So learning Dharma is very much about learning, what are the negations and what are the antidotes. So learning Dharma is very much that, Learning Dharma is learning about our delusions. Learning Dharma is learning about the antidote to each of those delusions, like anger, patience. You see, when anger arises, you apply you apply the antidote of contemplating on compassion. It's so helpful. But if you apply the direct antidote, patience, it'll be even more helpful. And faster to overcome. You see, it's like a jealousy. If you meditate on love, compassion, emptiness, reciting sutras, doing sadhanas, all those will be helpful to overcome the jealousy. But if you apply direct antidote, which is the rejoicement, it will be most effective. You see, and swiftly able to overcome. You see, so so now, not just becoming your own therapy, but the therapy is taking in action all the time. You are getting treatment all the time. So that has to happen. So the way to happen that is applications of the Dharma in our day-to-day life. Applications of Dharma in our day-to-day life. Meaning whatever experiences, like in the past, some of the classes we talk about taking everything onto the path, taking even suffering onto the path, joy also onto the path, like everything, bring meaning about developing your heart, meaning about overcoming, the negations, actualizing, meritorious accumulations. You see, so it's everything you can do that. You see, so very much living. I would say, so living in the practice, living on the path, and to do that is the carrying the three wisdom, the lenses of the three wisdom of learning, contemplation, and wisdom of meditation from the virtue and the Dharma in all our senses, in all our mind. So, we are wearing the glasses of the Dharma tools, you see, and the hearing aids of Dharma tools. The tongue organs, maybe put one kind of cover to the tongue, Dharma tongue plate. Then all our mental, mental faculties, also carrying it is antenna of Dharma, to able to signal, everything to be able to take onto the path. You see, so that way, then, the effective treatment will happen. The swift precise diagnosis of all the limitations, all the causes of future suffering, and also all the causes of present, the condition to the present sufferings, present negative karmas. By detecting that, timely, swiftly, effectively, apply the antidote, then that will be able to overcome all the causes for future suffering and all the condition for present, the immediate moment, next moment to experience sufferings. All the conditions will be clear, and the karma that we carry become indefinite karma. So then there give an opportunity, like certain time for us to apply the practice of purification in order to that indefinite karma to be completely purified, completely wiped away. You see? So even those definite karma, like such as death, death and old age, sickness, as I mentioned before, all the inconvenience that, that already designated for us to suffer, because of the applications of purification, you're able to reduce the intensity of the suffering. You're able to reduce the time, the durations of the suffering. You see, or even those definite karma to experience suffering in the hell because of purification. Even you born in the hell, it's like just like visiting for one moment. Then after that, you reborn again in unfortunate realms. You see, even the death must experience, which is definitely coming result, because of application of Dharma, the purification practice. The death going to be very enjoyable death. Like the great practitioners. When the death comes, for them it's like so excited. It's, for them, they understand, they have confidence in their practice, and they know that this definite coming result of this old body is inconvenient. So it's like so excited to take a new body, young, fresh, body. It's just have to go through 49 days. Then right after that, or not even 49 days, maybe just maybe few moments, the process of death for some is just like this. In the moment of, finger snapping, die, the experience of clear light is like that. Then the experience of inhibited state is just like that. Then right there, they meet the karmic infinited parent, right there take rebirth, precious human rebirth, with a new great body, with all complete faculties. Then they carry all the imprint of the past, great merit, good karma, like those of the precious, reincarnate lamas, like His Holiness the Dalai Lama, reincarnation of 13 Dalai Lama, 14 Dalai reincarnation 13 Dalai Lama. The old age discard, then the new body came up and carry on the legacy and bring unbelievable benefit. We also have that choice. Everyone have that choice. As long as, we treat ourselves well, we really take care of ourselves well, you see. And in Buddhist practice, very much being therapy to yourself or taking good care of yourself is all about living in the practice of purification and living in the practice of accumulations of merit. Just these two jobs, you see. So whole Buddhist practice can summarize into two jobs: purification practice, accumulations of merit. You see, and how these two jobs is fulfilled by taking every experiences onto the path, path to liberation. You see, so in another word, always protecting, protecting your own three doors, body, speech, and mind. Protecting yourself. You become your own bodyguard. You become bodyguard of your mind, your speech, and your body. From committing any negativities in to out, and protecting intrusions of any negativities from out to in, meaning never to express any negative, harmful actions from our physical body, and harmful speech, never to express harmful speech, and never to express harmful thought. And at the same time, never to let intrusions of harmful actions of others to you. Also, never to let intrusions of others' harmful speech to influence you. So, and never to let other sentient beings, other beings, the intrusions of other beings' negative thinking towards you. So you very much shield yourself. Shield yourself completely, that no negativities go out and no negativities come in. You see, so that is very much living in the highest degree of mindfulness practice. Highest degree of mindfulness practice, like full mindfulness practice in your actions of body, speech, and mind. You see, that mindfulness too, carry the help of introspection. Very sharp mind, very focused, but very sharp mind. Very focused only to do virtue from your body, speech, and mind. And the sharp mind watching your three doors, making sure that there's no leakage. Even though physically performing service, but maybe motivation may be wrong, self-centered motivation. So there's a leakage. Even though you are saying very nice thing, but maybe your motivation may be wrong, just to cheat others. Leakage. Even though you may be thinking so beneficial things, but then there may be a motivation of worldly concerns. You may be dedicating rest of the day to cultivate compassion, but then you do that with the motivation of your self-centered purpose. For me to be happy in this life, nothing to concern from the long-term benefit, or I generate compassion to others so that I may receive compassion back, etc. That's self-centered concern. So there's a leakage there, you see. So the sharp mind, the introspection mind, will always notice the leakages. Then the mindfulness is like fully focused what to perform through your body, such as the 10 virtues, no killing, then no stealing, no stealing, and then no sexual misconduct. 3 from the speech, 3 from the body, 4 from the speech, and 3 from the heart. You see, so fully focus. You see, abstaining from the 10 non-virtuous action. Fully focus, observing 10 virtuous action. Observing 10 virtuous action. You see. Then, if you want to create even more intense and greater merit, then observe more precepts. You see, more precepts. So becoming your therapy is really living in the precepts. You see, and the better the therapist, more the precept you hold, and more the pure you observe the precepts. You see, like Buddha is the best therapist himself, because he holds the entirety of precepts, and he holds the best, perfected, like our gurus, they hold the highest precepts, you see. So then those, sanghas, they are, if they are, the sangha means holding the highest precepts, you see. Then the sangha, who hold not only monastic precepts, but they hold the precept of Bodhisattva. They hold the precepts of Tantra. So then if you spend your life observing those precepts well, without any transgression, even if transgression comes without delay, immediately you purify, and that is like you are living in the best treatment, best therapist treatment, you see. And that you have to do, isn't it? Guru cannot observe precept for you. Buddha cannot observe precept for you. So that's therefore you yourself have to become your own therapist. You have to take care of yourself. You have to treat yourself. Guru, you can see, if Guru can hold all the precept, you don't have to do anything, and you can be liberated. You can be purified. Then okay, then Guru, you are my therapist. Like a patient, if you don't take the medicine, then even how qualified doctors out there, even he diagnoses, there's no benefit. So medicine is the direct antidote. Doctors, all the rest of the thing is what do you call is antidote, but not the direct antidote. So direct antidote is the medicine, and the medicine taken by doctor, we cannot get cured, isn't it? So medicine we have to take. So therefore, practicing Dharma or living in the Dharma is like taking the medicine, and the medicine and the diagnosis is done by a qualified doctor, which is our Guru, which is the Buddha, Buddha, you see. So therefore, living in the practice, living in the precepts, you see. Therefore, if you want to, you see, have some kind of paramita, some kind of like a rehab center. We are quite a samsaric sick person. Like me, is a terribly sick person. It's out of control. So I need a rehab place. So that is very much like living in the precepts. You don't go out of the boundary of the precepts. You see, if it's monk, nun, don't go out of the boundary of your monastic precepts. You hold purely, and they are, in case there's any limitation come, because we are beginner, surely we'll have limitation. Transgression may come. So immediately, you purify them. You see, like Sangha precepts, like the 4 root precepts. If you break, then you choose to suffer. There's no, the karma is like committing to be definite. Then you choose to create the complete cause, then you have to go through the result. But then the rest of the other vows, of course, you shouldn't break. If break, there's a consequences, but at least you can refresh them. And for sanghas, we refresh them, purify them in the community. So every month, we have this 2 sojong, every month 2 the monastic confession ceremony. So there you purify them. So then as a refuge vow, refuge precept, you refresh every time. You retake by yourself. Once you take once from the guru, from the preceptor, then after that you can take by yourself, every now and then, especially if you realize you transgress it, then you refresh it, you retake it just by reciting the refuge prayer 3 times and refreshing it in your conviction, the practice. So you refresh like that. Then 5 lay vows. First you take from the preceptor, and then if in case transgress, then you refresh is retaking by yourself. How to do that? While you are taking refuge, I go for refuge in Buddha Dhamma Sangha, while you're reciting that, while you're refreshing that, you can refresh the 5 lay vow together, even though there's no particular wording there for the 5 lay vow, but it's included. So that's how you refresh, you see. So then Bodhisattva vow, once you take from the preceptor, then after that you can refresh by taking yourself, you know. So there's a verses to retake Bodhisattva vows, you know, in all prayer books. It's so easy. You just go through the text, which is less than half page, and so easily can refresh. And that's all the transgression will purify. And each time you refresh, or even one moment you're able to keep the Bodhisattva vow, unbelievable accumulations of meritorious karma for your future happiness, for present happiness, for future happiness. Unbelievable purifications happens for your past negative karma, and unbelievable protection you gain to block future sufferings, future creation of negativities. You see. So then similar go to tantric vows. If you take tantric vows, then again, once you take from the preceptor, you go, you know, such as the 6th session Guru Yoga, when you read that and you go according with the text, you know, you refresh them, you see. So this is, so that's why, you know, like refuge, Buddha vows, tantric vows, minimum 6 times, you know, ask us to do, you know, minimum 6 times. So this is minimum, you know. In Buddha's time, there's no time to say do 6 times. Later, the great Tibetan masters, you know, they make, because we're getting lazier. The practitioner getting lazier. So that after that, they say you must do at least 6 times, you know. But it doesn't mean just 6 times. It's a minimum. So the day you divide, day and night divide into 6 portions, then at least, you know, throughout the day and even at night, that you at least remember, or if there's any transgression, you can purify them. Any, you know, losing focus, you know, you strengthen. You see, otherwise, every now and then you take refuge. Everywhere, every time you take refresh refuge, refresh lay vows, refresh Buddha vows, refresh tantric vows. Every time, whenever you are awake, you do that. You see, so that is like you are in a very effective, deep, you know, like rehab center. So if you are in a good rehab center, you quickly get treated, isn't it? So we are very much like a rehab center when we take all the precepts. So like that. Then for the monastic vow, you know, every morning, every day, or before go to bed, when we wake up, we remember our vows. You know, we kneel down in front of the Guru Shakyamuni Buddha. If there's statue, if not, picture. If not, then just visualize. You know, on your bed, you kneel down. So then you remind all the vows and motivate to live accordingly. Then before night, you checked throughout the day. Did I make any transgression? If not, rejoice. If yes, right there, you make confession practice. You know, so like that. You know. So in short, the moment you wake up, you generate altruistic motivation for the rest of your existence. Then, as I like before, rest of this year, this month, you know, this day, at least this day, so that through the power of the motivation, influence entire rest of your day's activities into a virtue. So that's helpful. Then at the end, the conclusion of the day, must do purification. At least reflect on the 4 opponent power. Just have a glimpse reflection on your day. Did I make any mistakes? Did I perform any negativities through my body, situation, mind? If you did, then immediately there you recognize and you accept the mistake as a mistake. And you also do that in front of in your conviction, believing the Buddha is, Buddha and the Guru is lively witnessing you. They know you. So you're being very honest. Don't deny yourself. Be very, very honest. If any mistake, any negativities, how to check if anything that indulge similar to 10 non-virtues, then you did mistake. If anything against any of the precept that you have, you did mistakes. It's negativity. It's harmful for you. So you just say sorry. Buddha, it's level of my mindfulness. I did these mistakes, and I really I regret. So there's two opponent power. The first opponent power reliance, second opponent power regret or recognizing negative as a negative. Then the third one, then if you are practicing Vajrasattva, then Om Vajrasattva, you can recite 21 times, because Vajrasattva is a 10 generation Buddha's purification. So recite 21 times, which is the direct antidote to purify that, which is called the power of antidote. If not, you just think of your guru. If not, think of the Buddha. That become antidote. Or you meditate on emptiness, or meditate on compassion. Then, especially if you know the mistake that the negativities you have committed, it is to do with anger. Then the power antidote, you meditate on the patient. So that's a direct antidote, isn't it? You see, if it is about the negativity committed by breaking Buddhist vow, then you refresh. So the refreshing Buddhist vow, then there is the direct antidote. So you see, so through learning, you know what to do. So that completes the third power, which is the antidote, power antidote. Then the fourth one is power of what you call the like never commit again. Power of resolution. So that must be there. So power of resolution, it says in the teaching that you must have a timeline. You just cannot say, I will not do that again. Not like that. So you need to know well about that negativities. If you remember, then if it is something avoidable, say that rest of your life, then say for rest of my life, even course of my life, I won't do it again. So that will accomplish power repentance. What do you call it? Power resolution. But then if the action is related to your livelihood, let's say tomorrow, when you go back to work, surely you're going to commit such action, because no way to go away, because this is part of your job, livelihood. Then in order to purify that day's negativities, say until next morning, even course of my life, I'm not going to do this same action. So they must have a time frame. So it says very, very important to have a time frame. So otherwise, it's right in front of your guru and Buddha, who is enlightenment, who is omniscient. You are cheating them. You're going to commit, but then still you say, even because of my life, I'm not going to do. And tomorrow again, you indulge in it. So it says it's like you blindly you are lying. Again, it creates karma. So that's why be very honest. So this is how you do purification. Then after purification, then you go to bed. Then there, according with your own various practice, if you're a deity yoga practitioner, then you can afford to do this, like that process, dissolution, the clear light dissolution practice. Then you go to bed with that kind of, the sleeping, the posture of Shakyamuni Buddha. Then after that, generate, altruistic motivation. Then after that, then, as you go to bed, your gross mind will gradually cease, isn't it? Then you do the dissolution and dissolve, earth, the four elements from earth to the wind. Then after the 80 conceptual thoughts, and then the three, the white, red, and black appearance. Then, then the clear light. So you go to bed while meditating. Train until that eventually you can even able to take dream as a, as a path. Then when you first wake up, first thing you motivate again, altruistic motivation. Then you start the day. So it's 24 hours. You circle like that. You see. So if we live a life like that, then you are treating yourself well, and you really become your own therapist. Thank you. That I stop. Isn't it? Any questions? Yeah. So I think I took some extra of your time. Huh? Oh, really? Oh, really? Oh, that's good. That's good. Okay. Okay. Then we go in between. Have one or two questions. Then after that, then we can stop. Yeah, please. So the main statement here is we have no choice. We have to become our own therapists, isn't it? Then another important thing is, make a habit of disciplining 24 hours, morning motivation, set motivation. Then you go through the day. Before go to bed, do purification for open and power practice. Then after that, then do motivation. Then go to bed with such practice as recommended. Those of you who don't have tantric practice, at least go to bed with carrying a compassionate motivation, bodhicitta motivation, or you can meditate on emptiness and try to doze off. Then morning wake up again, repeat like that. So we spend at least this the minimum. Then on top of that, then of course you can do retreats. You can do many other dharma intense activities accordingly what you can afford. Yeah, thank you.
Did you use any specific healing technique for your voice the other day?
Healing technique? No, my voice is no. I think it's my definite karma ripened. I don't know. I have no idea. It was quite fast, really. It's very strange. My sore throat just for 2 days. It's just for 2 days. After sore throat recover, my voice lost, and my voice complete losing for 2 days. Then after voice loss, then after that, what happened? Then all the running nose and all the the tears, non-stop, 2 days. Then after that, this almost over. Then 2 days, whole night coughing, cannot sleep, like keep coughing and lot of playing, no nose running, 2 days. Then after that, I thought now it's over. I've tried everything, all the menu, Then suddenly, whole my eye become red, and there's a bum coming out, and that stay for 2 days again. So I think now I have done all the trial, and I've succeeded. So I'm okay.
I asked because a friend of mine was something with the throat.
All of you have been so generous, Some give lemons and honey and so many this candy. So I just starve everything. I starve Western medicine, herbal medicine. Then I thought the Western medicine is not working. Then I try herbal medicine. Herbal medicine also seems to not working. Then after that, I check in my small pouch that I carry some medicine, and I saw there's one Tibetan medicine which my sister gave to me last year in Dharamsala. Says, when you have flu, you can have that. And I also eat that. But then I think I also eat every oil medicine for 2 days, 2 days only. Yes.
Do you have anything to say about if you get completely burnt out? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Totally tired. You've meditated so much, you don't want to think about enlightenment anymore.
Yeah.
Is there?
Oh yeah. No. First of all, we try our best never to allow us to get burned out, even in Dharma practice. So therefore, you see, when we talk about compassion, love, empathy, respect, understanding, everything starts from you first. Even Lamrim, renunciation start from you. Then only you are able to actualize renunciation in relation to all sentient beings. Compassion is start on you. Then after that, you can able to develop great compassion. You see? So even the emptiness, first, you actualize the wisdom of emptiness of selflessness, then the wisdom of emptiness of phenomena. So everything starts from you. So therefore, you have to be very gentle to yourself. You have to be very kind to yourself, very compassionate, very loving, very understanding, very understanding. We sometimes forget about ourselves. We have to be very understanding. Understand to your body, understand to your mind, understand the environment. Then you have to be very, very gentle to yourself, very kind to yourself. You have to be very kind to yourself. If it's getting tired, say, "Oh, it's okay. It's okay, rest." And there, even if it says, I want to have some pizza," you say, "Go for it. Just put aside your sadhana, your everything. Just put aside and go for your coffee or pizza or chocolate or whatever you want. It's okay. It's okay. Don't let it burn." You see? Then another, yes. Just make sure not to lose the track. Sometimes we try to be kind to ourselves, but then slipped and lose our direction. That also happens. So we also have to make sure, make sure not to happen that. You see, like a monk. You see, if you are a monk or nun, you should be happiest person. Huh? But that doesn't mean you become wild. You don't care about your vow. There's a limitation. You see, you be happy means be open, be relaxed, but there's a lot of boundary that you must guard. Like that, For general practitioner, there's certain boundaries we should hold, but that doesn't mean that you are torturing yourself. Cannot. So that's one thing. So then another thing is when you practice Dharma, when you do retreats or when you do service, you need to carry this motivation that like you are having the best holiday, or you are preparing for best holiday. Now, how exciting you will be if you are preparing for best holiday. Liberation is the best holiday, isn't it? Enlightenment is the best holiday destination. And when you practice, you are preparing that holiday. Applying visa, buying tickets. When you already know that where you're going, you're so happy. It's quite tiring, but happy. To sort it out, to just to pack your luggage is not easy, but so excited because you're going for holiday, not for work. Packing a luggage, motivation going for work, and packing a luggage, motivation going for holiday is totally different. Even you pack the same thing. It's very tiring, both very tiring, but the excitement, is so motivating. You see, and so focused. You see, so like that. So when you do retreat, when you practice Dharma, you need to, if you are experiencing right there the impact of the Dharma practice, then say, I'm in holiday. Like such as the fluency, mental fluency, like when you do shamatha retreat, it's hard, but mentally, physically, it was so much joy. So like you are on holiday already, but you haven't experienced that yet, and a lot of hard work, then say, I'm preparing for the holiday. I'm just like preparing for the holiday. Then that gives the mind very uplifted. You see, very uplifted like that. So that's also one of the things, something like that. Yeah. Like one time I did quite a, I think usually when I go touring, I mean, here I was very comfortable. You know, you give me whole single home for me, it's luxurious home. You know, I can cook whatever I like. I can sleep as much as I want. I can watch movie as much as I want. I can meditate as much as I want. No disturbances at all. No need to depend on anybody, isn't it? But usually it's not like that. But sometimes, you know, you go one after another family's home. You stay 1-2 days in this family, 1-2 days in another family, 1-2 days maybe some strange place, 1-2 days something else. And the foods also, it's like every single day is like changing, you know, whatever, you know, all unbelievable varieties. If you enjoy, it's good. But if you don't, if you have a stomach problem, that's not easy. Then sometimes you feel like you're burning out, you know, at the end of the tour. But during the tour, you know, like I kind of say, I'm preparing for holiday. You know, at least I keep up myself. Yeah. It's like I'm preparing for others' holiday. I'm preparing for my holiday because accumulating so much merit, blah, 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 blah. So much energy. Okay, keep on. No problem. But physically exhausted and mentally also is quite exhausted. Then what I do, you know, usually when I go back wherever I'm staying, you know, usually I go for one noodle soup that few years, but my taste changing. For some years, there's one noodle soup that after I eat that, I feel like, oh, it's relaxed, you know. It's so funny. I stayed few years in Blue Mountain, 2 years or 3 years, you know, in Sydney, above Sydney. So there's one Asian restaurant get this particular noodle soup, but only can get about 1 hour away by train. You don't get in that mountain. So after I finished my tour, the first thing what I did, I put everything aside. I took the train and go and have that noodle. After that, wow, all burnout gone. So that's maybe my act of being kind to myself, compassionate to myself. You know, I understand myself. Okay. Anyway, just like that. Okay. So maybe we just do the short mantra since the time is already so much. Just short mantra.
Michael, if you have the dedication
Oh yeah.
prayer of the dedication prayers, the short mandala is in there, but I can do it here.
Yeah. So this you see, Karen.
Charlene broke her hip.
Yeah, Charlene unfortunately broke her hips. She's going for surgery tomorrow. Then Mommy Max is still, you know, quite a serious state, isn't it? You know, she's in quite a serious state. So we keep 2 of them in our prayers, not only today, but you know, all the time whenever we do virtues and prayers. And similarly, there may be others that who are going through health difficulties, financial relationship, whatever difficulties there may be. We dedicate our merit to overcome. You know, and all of you, please keep in your heart that anyone that who come in contact to even for myself, you know, through, you know, Dharma discourse like this, whether it's in person or online, I may not remember your names. I have a problem with remembering, you know, people's names, but once I see you, I never forget. And the second thing is, when you pray, you know, you evoke deities and Buddhas to grant the blessing. So they are omniscient, so they know you. So therefore, all of you will be in my prayers all the time, you know, in daily my commitments. So please keep that in your heart. And especially if there are anybody that who feel alone, who feel, you know, far away from family, friends. So please never to feel alone. You know, you're always in my heart and you're always in everybody's heart. Okay. So please keep giving that. And also, yeah, so maybe since I start to speak, I better say, better dedicate together. Then after that, we can do the prayer. So whatever merit that we accumulate from this session, as well as all the merit accumulated in the past, merit accumulated, going to accumulate in the future, especially all the virtues and merit accumulated through the Dharma discourses, within this month in the Noble Link, individually or collectively, and all the merit accumulated by past, present, future Buddhas, Gurus, and Tathagatas, Arahats, and Bodhisattva, Arya Bodhisattvas, ordinary Bodhisattvas, all the sentient beings, be a complete cause for numberless sentient beings to be free from oceans of samsara suffering and actualize a peerless happiness or enlightenment accordingly. May this collective merit be a complete cause. All the diseases, the pandemic and famine, war, all the conflict, globally, in individual level, everything come to end without delay, even a moment. May this collective merit be a complete cause. Anyone who pass away, animals or humans or whoever passed away, in particular last 49 days, free from suffering of death, suffering of immediate state, suffering of rebirth, actualize high rebirth in Buddha's realm, and there they actualize their state of full enlightenment right there. And may this collective merit be complete cause. All the gurus, like so as the Lama Zopa Rinpoche, all your spiritual gurus, and yourself and your family members, always enjoy good health, long life, and fulfill all your aspirations up to enlightenment accordingly. May this collective merit be a complete cause. Then anyone who requested prayers from you, who need prayer supports, and may this collective merit be complete cause for them to actualize all their aspirations accordingly. May this collective merit be a complete cause. All the virtuous institutions like monasteries, nunneries, and all the Dharma centers, and especially to the Noble Link, free from all the inner outer three obstacles, actualize all the conditions to have extensive learning, contemplation, meditation on Dharma, and realization on the stages of the path accordingly. May this collective merit be complete cause. May each and every one of us, whatever, especially Dharma projects that we may have, some have a project to go and attend retreats, some have a project to do, retreats, or any projects to be actualized, accordingly. Thank you.
And Geshe, from our center side, we are so grateful that you were here for a month and gave us such precious teachings that touched so many people's hearts. And I know that the people were really, really happy. So I'm asking you 3 times, Geshe, for behalf of the center, please, please, please come back again next year.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Saji Bogi Jukshin Drama Those are the songs
Idam Guru Rana Chanjo Zemjo Rinpoche Maje Panam Jeju Jewa Nyamba Meba One Gondo Bewa Tonye Dawa Rinpoche Maje Panam Jeju Jewa Nyamba Meba One Gondo Bewa Rimye Dawa Rinpoche Maje Panam Jeju Jewa Nyamba Meba Kone Gondo Bewa Sho Kari Rave Kowe Shingamde Pendan Dewa Malu Jungwe Ne Chere Singwa Tenzin Jazu Shabe Sede Badu Tenjuro Ji Tupsu Shangji Jangguan Jawe Zingyong Bebe Kunzu Togo Shozong Gowe Lemme Dodo Dazo Deje Gundo Shabden Sho Jizun Lame Kuze Rabden Je Nangwa Tile Jojo Jemba Damo San Tembe Jume Zang Rove Meze Dado Jeju Je Jawa Gundo Yanda Lama Datame Juje Bela Longju Je Sada Lamje Yunde Ramzo Doje Janje Goma Nyu Dojo Bama Zemje Damje Tena Dejo Je Ngendo Damje Dado Dowa Da Janju Zemba Kana Zujo Ba Deda Kunje Molang Dojo Semje Neba Jinye Ba Nyu Do Nele Da Juje Jove Nene Ma Le Ba Da Do Jungwa Neba Jo Jambe Ba We Jidra Jemba Da Gundo Zambo Deya Deji Deda Kunje Jezo Dalo Je Jawa Deda Damje Rabdo Ngo Dezo Jebe Jawa Damje De Ngo Wa Kanlan Judo Nga Ba Deda Je Jebe Zawa De Zambo Jeje Rabdo Ngo Warai Je Choje Jabo Zonga Ba Jezo Nambra Bewa Da Jeje Tsema Shewa Tunje Ma Le Zamwara Sho Da Dan Shinju De Zomdan Zhowe Zunye La Tene Jawa Lo Zang Zhaba Tenpa Yure Ba Yuro Je Jomde De Yin Shaba Da Joma Yang Daba Zobe Sanje Namba Nanze Wiji Jaba La Cha Zalo Jeju Sema Sema Jimo Kundo Sambo La Cha Do Taya Da Om Benzadi Obu Dani Omo Duro Duro Zaya Muji Zo Taya Da Om Benzadi Obu Dani Zom Duro Duro Zaya Muji Zo Taya Da Om Benzadi Obu Dani Zom Duro Duro Zaya Muji Zo Taya Da Om Benzadi Obu Dani Zom Duro Duro Zaya Muji Zo Jomde De Jaba Da Joma Yang Daba Zobe Sanje Menje La Bidu Je Jaba La Cha Zalo Jomde De Jaba Da Joma Yang Daba Zobe Sanje Owa Da Mala Da Rabdo Dribe Jabo La Cha Ze Lo Minjo Ze Je Jawe Chen La Da Dende Lo Wa Me Be De Ma Na Da Je La Zang Da Be De Namda Menje Namda Me Be Ne Ge Drup Je Ye Je Tenpa Ji Den Kam Do Chen Pa Na Tenpa Nye We Chen Do Sa Wa Ye Tenze Polo Chen Do Dem Tenpa Yure Ne Be Ta She Sho Be Dan Zo Wa Mi Ge Be Shen Do Wa Ba Zam Je Sem Je Re Wa Ko Ze Be Sam Ba She Shen Dribe Ta She Sho Ni Mon De Le Tsen De Le Ni Me Ko Yang De Le Nin Zen Da Do De Le Be Kun Jo Sum Je Ta She. So thank you so much, the older committee, then especially the SPC and the Chan masters and who's leading, who's directing all the programs. Then of course, resident teacher Geshe Tuten Sherabla. Then all the students who participated in person, who participated through online from all over the place, all over the world. I like to express deepest appreciation to all your effort. Some of you have been so consistent in entire sessions, and some of you, I think, online, some are attending classes without missing middle of the night or maybe early morning or don't know. So therefore, all of us collectively, we did this for the preservation of Dharma, in the service of numberless sentient beings' enlightenment, and most importantly, and to fulfill the wishes of our precious gurus, to fulfill the like His Holiness wishes, fulfill Lama Yeshe and Lama Zopa Rinpoche's wishes, to fulfill their purpose of establishing center
If we don't do Dharma discourse, then what we should do? If we don't do Dharma activities after set up a center, if we don't do that, then what are we going to do? So what we did is, directly serving the Guru. Okay. Then also to fulfill the aspirations and utilize meaningfully all the efforts of the people, the students, and the benefactors who make the center possible. So by utilizing in such Dharma activity, really brought meaning in their efforts. So therefore, I would like to thank everybody. And I don't know how much you get from me, how much you learn from me, but I have learned so much from you. And I create so much merit because of this opportunity. So I really, really thank everyone, including our dog here. What is the name of the dog? Also. So our also never give up session. Our also didn't give up even at all any of the session, whether it's rain, snow. So thank you also. Thank you very much. Okay, thank you.
So if you want to make kata offerings,
It's
now's the
okay.
time.
You have made the offer before. So unless if you wish, please welcome. Otherwise, don't worry.
Whoever hasn't made it.